Welcome to the Mere Nonsense Podcast, where Billy's going to take a fucking nap. I really need to stop swearing in the intro if I ever want to try to make a semi-PG episode. Oh well.
Who needs
Did
a
you actually
semi-PG
start it?
episode?
Yes, I actually started it.
Because
Fine,
you
I'll
cut
get up.
off when you actually said that.
Aww.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna let him have his moment.
Damn it.
Right. He goes back to it and he's just like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, well.
Speaking of what the fuck, did you guys see that video of the cat at the Miami game?
No.
Cat at the
So
Miami
there's
game?
there's a cat hanging on like the top
Sure.
like area of the seats.
Like the box
And
seats?
No, just like the highest level balcony, pretty much.
Like the
Mhm.
The cat started hanging from the edge, and people under it like extended a flag to like use it as like a good cushion for it,
Mhm.
and everyone just went fucking wild as soon as they caught it. It almost looked like people were like about to fight, not fight, but just like scramble to see who can grab the cat and do like a little Simba thing, like, "Oh, it's here."
Of course, of course.
Yeah, that was pretty nutty. First of all, what the fuck's a cat doing in a football game?
what the
Foosball
dog
game.
doing?
Hey man, it's got that season pass, you know?
The season pass.
I just want to point out that the Packers lost 3-38.
Yeah, at least the
Looked like
Cowboys
they-
didn't lose fucking 3-38.
Buccaneers almost threw that.
Mm-hmm. It was funny. I was watching it. One of my buddy bet. He made 4 bets, but for like a total of $500. That the Bucks would win, that the Bucks would win by 9, that the Cowboys would have 1 point, and then whatever his 4th bet was.
Okay.
So he's right. He's going off on everything. How is that not a face mask? How is that a defensive pass interference? The whole time, right? So I'm like, you know what? If the Cowboys win, I'll buy Madden, the new Madden game, and play it with my group of friends because they've been trying to get me to get it for the longest time.
Right.
Suddenly, everyone else in the channel is like, "Yeah, go Cowboys! Yeah!" And then in the end, after the kicker missed, was it the 31-yarder? The first one that he missed, like the actual field goal.
Yeah.
We were like, we're gonna lose by that field goal, no
Yeah.
matter what. Like we already know.
Oh.
And well,
Well,
Classic.
shit happens.
there it is. Yeah, so I'm in a fantasy football league with my coworkers. I won this week, and so my team name was Team 0 and 16, and now that I won, I'm like, shit. Okay, so now my team is Team 1 and 15 question mark.
You're just gonna change it every week.
Yep. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for football this year. I haven't watched it in some like 2
Mhm.
years. I haven't been interested in it, but Bears are losing right now, so maybe I won't care as much. But
Right.
Dak Prescott did pretty fucking good from what I saw
Yeah.
with the
Yeah, he did.
with the Cowboys. So at least you guys have that.
I want to say he threw better than Brady because I think he had
Oh
more yards
yeah,
and I know he had less interceptions, but I don't know his completion percentage.
no
But
Brady's been slowing down, and he's gonna be a lot slower.
mhm.
I'm not gonna say that he's gonna be bad this year, but he's not gonna be what he was years ago.
Back when he was, in his 30s.
Right?
Back when he was going to the Super Bowl like every year.
Yeah, just about. I think they said the last time somebody won back-to-back Super Bowls was the Patriots in 2003, 2004.
All right.
I think that's what they were saying. I
Wait,
can't
the last
remember
time
because they were talking about because the Bucks won the last Super Bowl.
Right.
And they're like, can Brady do it again? But they also talked Brady has like 300 season starts. It's the most starts out of any player.
Right. I mean, he's been
He's
He's been
just
playing
there
a
for
long
He's
fucking
been playing a
time.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to look this up, but yeah. Oh, okay. So sidetrack slightly. Um, fuck ESPN Plus.
Why?
I got that thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be able to watch some football, maybe a little bit of baseball. Me knowing very
Hockey.
well, yeah, me knowing very well that they black out like local games. No,
Mm,
they've been blacking out almost every single fucking game. I haven't like not a single football game I've been able to watch on ESPN Plus. And for MLB, I have to buy MLB TV to be able to watch that. And I don't know now, so I'm keeping
What a
it for
fucking
this month.
scam.
I know I'm keeping it for this month because I'm gonna buy the UFC event, whether I want to come over or not, Z. And then I'm getting rid of that bitch right away. I just want to watch fucking sports without having to pay cable.
right. I think they make websites for that.
Okay, so from last year, or technically this year, but last football season backwards, Buccaneers, Chiefs, Patriots, Eagles. Wait, no, sorry. Buccaneers, 49ers, Rams, Eagles, Falcons, Panthers, Seahawks. Seahawks was 13-14. Or no.
Didn't they lose
This,
theirs?
no, they did. I'm sorry. This list, for whatever reason, they're highlighting the winners in red and the losers in blue. It's normally the fucking opposite. God damn it. Okay, so Buccaneers beat the Chiefs. Uh Chiefs beat the 49ers. Patriots beat the Rams. Eagles beat the Patriots. Okay, well listen to this though. So 2016, 17, and 18, Patriots were in those three in a fucking row. So
Mhm.
that's all Brady. And then I think you're right about 2003 and 2004 was Patriots back to back. And the
Yep.
Patriots won in 2002 as well. Or 2000,
Yep.
2001.
Damn.
Yeah, he was young back then too. He's what, in his 40s now?
Fuck Tom Brady. Yeah. I hate Tom Brady.
Oh, I'm right there with you. Gives open mouth tongue kisses to his kids.
People say Biden's bad.
I'd like to see the Chiefs more often in the championships just because, like, we see the records for like the last 5 years. They've just been consistently good,
Yeah.
but they just can't seem to make it to the
And
end.
they have the same issues that the Cowboys had in the playoffs. Players just fucking choke.
I would like Arizona to do really well this year. Cardinals.
Jesus, when was the last time the Cardinals did good?
Okay. um,
I
Last
remember
season.
the last time they went to the Super Bowl was when I think we were in 8th grade.
Isn't that when they had was it Larry Fitzgerald? They had that one guy on their team. Can't remember.
Yes.
Fitzgerald. I thought he was for the Cardinals. I thought he was.
I thought he might have been.
Thought he was Chiefs.
It was like the one year that they actually did really good, and I remember he was on the cover of one of the Madden games.
Oh no, you're right. He was in the Cardinals.
So
Yeah, Fitzgerald is fucking. He's a solid player.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun watching him.
Kyle Murray, the quarterback for Cardinals this year, 21 of 32 today, went 289 yards with 4.
Oh shit!
Scored me almost 42 points in fantasy.
Jesus Christ!
Pretty nice.
Nice.
That's more than most of the running backs and wide receivers did today.
Mm-hmm.
Out of everybody, which is insane.
Nice. Good shit. Good shit.
While we're on sports, I wanted to talk briefly about Paddy Pimblett. Z,
Oh yeah.
what a fucking beast!
Right.
So, Billy, look up a picture of Paddy Pimblett. He's a UFC fighter out of I think it's Scotland, probably. He's
he's literally He is literally Brad in 8th grade.
I
Yes,
didn't
I
have
can
a
see
I
that.
didn't have a bowl cut back then.
That's not a bowl cut. That's like a mullet.
Yeah,
It's like a bowl cut in the front and a mullet in the back.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay, maybe that's what I had. But so super scrawny ass dude. I watched. It
Baddie the
ended.
baddie.
It ended in the first round, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
He got fucking rocked. He got hit so fucking hard that it would knock out some heavyweights.
Right. He
And
got
just
outboxed like right away, but he just came back.
came back and
And-
beat the shit out of the other guy.
Right. It was pretty good because we you see that that whole first round go and you're just like, damn, we'll see what he does in the second round since it was close to the end, and then nope, just fucking comes out wailing and just knocks him out.
Yep.
Man. Yeah, Patty, that guy, I've been seeing a lot of hype before his debut in the UFC. So watching that fight was really cool.
I think he's a Reddit kid. There's a couple UFC fighters who like chill around Reddit, and there's one I never remember his name, but he always posts when he wins a fight. And
Yeah.
Reddit is so behind this guy. I think Patty's one of those. He's just
I wouldn't doubt it.
he's a goofy dude, but I kind of like his vibe.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Well, we'll see if he actually goes anywhere, but he won
I
his
believe he
debut.
will.
He won his debut in the UFC.
Yeah. The funny thing is, though, anytime there is a newcomer around that weight class and they've got a pretty solid record,
They throw
you
him
just
at
hear
the
the
champ right away.
announcers. No, you just hear the announcers always comparing him to Conor.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, could this be like the next Conor McGregor? I'm like, no, there's no next Conor McGregor. Like,
I think the
You
heavyweight.
really want a Conor McGregor.
I think the heavyweight division has a problem with, oh, someone just won a really good fight. Let's just throw him against the champion right away.
yeah,
Eric Lewis, for
um,
example.
yeah,
He won one good fight. Like, no, I mean he's been in some prelim fights, he's been in some undercard fights, and then
he
gets
almost memed himself up there.
my balls was hot.
Yeah, it was like he got a lot of attention after that quote, but also there's that same UFC event with Patty fighting. There's a new heavyweight called Tom Aspinall.
Yeah.
And dude moves around like he's a weight class or two under.
Yep.
Like dude's got really good speed, really good knockout. He's just like overall good. And every time he's won, they're always like bringing up the question is like, hey, do you think you're ready? Do you want to go up to like the top 5 guys? Is like every time his response is like, nah, dude, I'm just trying to take my time. So like if I'm number 12, give me number 11. Like I'm not here to jump up like five rankings. Like no, just want to take my time before I get up there.
Right.
You
Let
just-
me enjoy my experience.
You just won your second fight ever in the UFC. Are you ready to go against Stipe Miocic? Oh, fuck.
Which is the fucked up part for the heavyweights too, because when you just see a knockout, like within the first round too, they're just like, you know, what are you gonna do besides go up to the top 5?
Right.
Hmm.
And everyone is always agreeing on that. But I like the route that Tom Aspinall's going.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
So someone forces a big dog. Hello.
Peniolo.
Holy shit.
That isn't safe at art.
That is a moose.
Yes,
That
yes,
is
he
a
is.
moose.
We call him the Moo Bear because he barks like a cow.
All right.
Come here, Peniolo.
But yeah,
Underscore.
I'm excited for his future. We'll see, what he gets next. But I hope he doesn't
Yeah.
get too in over his head because
Dude, the November card is looking really fucking stacked.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking even the prelims are stacked. So November and late October is looking to be really, really good.
Off the top of your head, what it is.
The October card, I believe that one's free.
Hope so.
I don't remember who's on that card, but the November one is Usman Usman and Covington, I believe.
That'd be 268, right? No,
Yeah,
267.
7. Yeah.
67 is October. Uh, BJ Blazkowicz. It's I never actually know how to say his name, but
268.
Blazkowicz versus Texiera.
Yeah, so that's
The
the
guy from
October
the
card.
Wolfenstein games,
Yeah,
BJ
yeah,
Blazkowicz.
yeah. That's what I call him because
So-
he kind of looks like him. If I'm being honest.
So this is the November one. All right. The main event is Usman versus Covington. Under that is Rose versus Whaley for the rematch. Under that is Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. Under that is Sean Strickland versus Luke Rockhold. Jermaine Durandamy versus Irene Aldana. Frankie Edgar versus Marlon Vera. Alaquinta versus Bobby Green. I don't know that. I don't know any of those two. And then the last one is Ian Gary and Jordan Williams. But the majority of that card is just looking insanely stacked.
I have a problem with getting hyped for those cards because whenever you have a
Oh yeah, there's something that's going to go wrong, and it's just not going to be as fully stacked as people expect it to be.
every time without fail.
Oh yeah,
Especially back when it was Khabib and Ferguson.
yeah,
Every time they were scheduled to fight, there was going to be a huge card, and then they're like, nah.
yeah.
So
Well, it was mainly those two that just weren't fighting.
there are a couple others mixed in back and
Yeah.
forth. But October, so Jan Blachowicz versus Texiera, and I don't know how to say his name. Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan 2.
That rematch.
I hope
Oh man.
I hope Peter Yan comes
Everyone-
back and beats the fuck out of him.
Yeah. At this point, everyone just wants Peter Yan to win because of how fucking stupid Sterling's been acting.
Yep. And then Volkov is fighting, and then I think Khabib has 2 or 3 of his guys fighting in this one.
Yeah.
One of them is Chimaev. I think it's one of his cousins that he trains.
Yeah, the next three cards, the next three events are looking to be really good.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for this one with Nick Diaz coming back.
Oh yeah. And Robbie Lawler, like that's just gonna be a slugfest.
Did you see Silva knocking out Tito Ortiz in the first round boxing fight that happened yesterday?
Yeah. That's that was funny.
Yeah.
Like that's also his second boxing match that he won. So
Yeah.
good for Silva. Like dude's always had hands no matter what.
Oh yeah, I'm happy he's doing something still.
Yeah. But the funnier part is fucking Evander Holyfield losing to Vitor Belfort.
Yep.
Like Holyfield, I'm pretty sure he's a lot older than Belfort. He was back in like Mike Tyson days, I believe. And Belfort is just like fucking yoked to the gills for this fight. Now that he's not in the UFC, he can use all the TRT in the world. So dude is just fucking yoked. And he ended up beating Holyfield as well in the first round.
Holyfield is 58. He's 58. Now Belfort's 44, but still he's 58.
That's the fucked up part. Like after seeing the Mike Tyson coming back and all that, you're just seeing all these old fighters wanting to come back and like, God, dude, like, don't do that. Just stop.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Live your life.
Make a comeback.
What do you mean?
I always think that
you can make so many millions.
I always
I
think
mean,
that
that's pretty much what they're after.
Yeah. I think they just make too much hype behind them just for it to be really boring matches half the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
actually-
also the whole YouTube marketing shit too.
Yeah. But I
All those
am
YouTube fighters.
kind of anticipating that Nick Diaz fight to be kind of boring. Like it'll be exciting to see him back, but him not doing this for how many years, and then Robbie Lawler not doing this for a while either. I think it's gonna come back, and it's either gonna be like you said, a
Well, when's the last
slugfest.
time Lawler fought? Because it couldn't have been that long.
I think it's been a while.
Last fight was in 2020.
Magny?
And
Yeah, Magny.
Robbie Lawler won by decision,
Yeah.
but oh no, he lost by decision.
Oh, oh, you're right. He
Yeah.
lost by decision. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's been way too long.
Yeah.
I'd love to believe that it's going to be a slugfest though,
Same.
just because of how their last fight ended.
Because it's Lawler in general, man.
Oh man, that guy just goes to war every single time. That dude's a madman.
When is the next Holloway fight?
Dude,
I
right?
want Holloway.
Hiker Holloway. You guys know how he got that name?
No.
So he was streaming a lot. I don't know if he's still streaming a lot, but all of 2020 he was streaming Warzone a lot.
Yep.
And there was this one night before the pay-per-view that he was streaming and he was just running a lot. So they were like, "Call me Hiker Holloway."
I like Max Holloway. Fun. His streams are fun.
Yeah.
Another fun streamer that I don't watch a lot though, T-Pain. T-Pain puts on a fucking show.
Dude, yeah. T-Pain stays relevant and he's also entertaining whenever you do see him.
He's entertaining. He's a good dude, from what I understand. He's a really good singer. Like he actually has a good voice. Let alone, you know,
it's
his,
not
his
clouded by
rapping.
autotune.
Yeah. Let alone like so the autotune, you know, that's what was popular at the time and it still kind of is,
Yep.
but all those blew up. He has a good singing voice. He's actually very talented.
You know, his daughter went to middle school in our area.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if she continued to go to high school with us, but I knew she was in one of the middle schools.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then we got Blurry Billy over there.
Yeah.
That's his new name, Blurry Billy.
Blurry Bilky.
Very bilky. So Z wanted to touch on the PlayStation event.
Oh yeah, the showcase, dude. There's a
Here's a
lot to talk
PlayStation event?
about. Yeah, so it's pretty much now that they don't go to E3, they pretty much have their own event now, and it's called the PlayStation Showcase.
Yep.
Mhm.
And there's a handful of things that's like made me super hyped for it.
Yep.
I want to start off with Insomniac.
That name
They showed a
sounds
trailer for
familiar.
Spider-Man 2.
Mhm.
And by the end of the trailer, they had the voice. Actually, throughout the trailer, for anyone that has watched the Spider-Man animated series, they had. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it was that same voice actor that voiced Craven the Hunter, and he was narrating the trailer until the end of the trailer came out, or the end of the trailer happened, and Venom came out. And that just made it even more hype because it's like it's gonna be like some sort of I don't know, like assassin type of storyline. Like there's just gonna be a bounty on both Spider-Man probably, but that's really cool. And then Insomniac is also making a Wolverine game. They showed a trailer for it, just a teaser trailer, him in the bar, you know, usual. He's always in the bar. But that is cool. I can't wait to see what they do with that.
Excited.
Dude, yeah. Like we
how-
haven't seen Wolverine in a video game, like a good video game in a while.
like I do like the Spider-Man / like Assassin's Creed Batman fighting style with like the reaction fighting.
Yeah, like that free flow combat.
I like that,
Mhm.
but give me a Wolverine game that's like fucking God of War.
Right?
Like,
just,
let
just
me
like a
Just
huge
beat the
bloody
shit
mess.
out of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love.
Yeah, that would be great. There's rumors. I didn't look into this, but I saw an article saying that those two games are going to be like connected in a universe.
That's cool.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
The last time I saw Wolverine in a Spider-Man game was it came out for the GameCube. I forgot what it was called, but Wolverine was in it, and I believe he ended up fighting. You ended up playing as Venom and ended up fighting Wolverine.
Cool. I can only think of the Ultimate Alliance games with him.
I was just about to ask, what was that game that you used to like play as the different DC characters, but you just the
Ultimate
Marvel
Alliance.
characters, but you just
Oh yeah, Ultimate Alliance. That was. I never finished. Actually, I never even touched the second one. But the first one,
It
it
was so
came
good.
with the 360 that I bought. So I just like played that game over and over until I got a new game.
yeah, I loved those games. Those are probably one of the only like Marvel fighting style games that I actually enjoyed.
Yeah.
They were just different, you know. They were built different.
Well, they were
Spider-
coming off hot from like the X-Men Legends games because I believe that first
Yeah.
game was made by the same people that made the X-Men Legends games, which was the same gameplay style, the same style,
Yep.
everything. So that was really cool.
Spider-Man 1 on the fucking PS1 hit different, dog.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Being able to fucking web sling across the like barely rendered
Yeah.
skyscrapers was so much fun. I have Miles Morales on the my PS5, and I really
Yeah.
want to play it. I haven't got into it yet, and then I'll probably get the first actual Spider-Man beforehand. But I would play those just to swing around. That's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yep.
Just being able to free roam in those games is just fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys remember like the N64 Spider-Man game where you couldn't
That's
even
the one
go
that
in
I
the
was
city?
gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one that I was gonna say. Like everyone remembers the PS1. I think they're the same one.
Oh.
But everyone remembers it as like the PS1 version. The only time I played it was through the Nintendo 64
Yep. Yep.
when they had like 30 to like 50 different costumes you could use as him.
Nothing but green gas and skyscrapers.
Dude, for real.
I mentioned God of War.
Mhm.
God of War Ragnarok
yeah.
trailer.
Oh yeah.
Excited for that.
They hinted / showed Thor at the end of that trailer too.
You saw the actual picture of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's big bellied.
That's from
That's
what people are saying. That's supposed to be
accurate.
accurate representation of what Thor is like.
Well, so the whole thing with like Norse gods is they're supposed to be gluttonous, you know, like they eat a lot of food, you know, they fight.
it's always
they,
a feast in
they
Valhalla.
eat, they fight, and they fuck, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what they do. So they're always eating, and but they keep like strong, right, by beating the shit out of each other.
Right.
So I'm excited for that. I did you see the little tease of I don't remember the kid's name, but of him being Loki
Yeah.
with the horns coming in
Mm-hmm.
to the in the like beginning shot or whatever. Love that.
Right.
Did you ever beat God of War?
I did not. No.
Do it now. Do it.
I will eventually. I just like I told you earlier. I just got into Red Dead Redemption 2.
I
How
need to
is
get
it?
Did you play it, Billy?
I played Red Dead Redemption. I haven't touched Red Dead Redemption 2, even though I said I was going to.
Yeah, I've just been in a mood for something familiar that I would enjoy, so I just jumped on
Mhm.
that. I've been enjoying it. I've played it all weekend so far, but a little sidetrack back to the God of War. Billy, you've seen Sons of Anarchy, right?
Yeah.
So the voice actor or the actor for Opie, he is going to be voice acting Thor in the God of War game.
No shit.
Yeah. So that's really cool to find out. Dude was like an excellent character in Sons of Anarchy.
Nope.
They also showed some other stuff. I just remember those were like the three biggest ones for
no.
me.
The biggest one was Star Wars KOTOR. That's the fucking biggest one.
Right, the remaster. You know, You know what's funny? I saw a meme recently where the original came out exclusively for Xbox, and now the remaster's coming exclusively for PlayStation.
Not exclusive. It's coming to PlayStation first,
Yeah.
according to them. I am so fucking excited. So I have KOTOR 1 and 2. I bought both of them in a Star Wars bundle because I was so excited to play that. Because the whole thing with KOTOR is it's like Fallout, but Star Wars, where you could choose either to be a Sith or a Jedi or in between, whatever. You have all these different voice lines and stuff that you could choose from. The gameplay is so fucking bad. It's so shit. For being in 2021, like there's so many better games that when you try to fight in that game, it's like it feels like it's a game from 1999. It feels like shit. So remaster instead of remake, remaster to me sounds like completely new mechanics. So same everything, but the fighting is going to be a little bit different, and that's what I'm fucking excited for.
Which it probably should be for like
be.
such an old game. Yeah, just update it.
I mean, it should play in my head if they want to keep it close to the original, make it kind of like Fallout. But I don't know how they would do that with the lightsabers because, well, I don't
Sure,
know.
the lightsabers are just different weapons, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking like, so when I think Fallout, I think slow down time and choose which
The
area
VATS.
you're gonna shoot. Yeah, I guess you could kind of do the same thing with melee weapons in that game. So yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't use VATS in Fallout.
I'll do it when they're really far away, and I have like high luck or something. But otherwise, I never use VATS. But ideally for me, you would be able to, or the gameplay would feel like Jedi Fallen Order. That's what I would like. Or even
yeah, that
Force
gameplay.
Unleashed.
It's. I was thinking more Force Unleashed, just because it'd be a little too difficult, especially for that size of a game, to do something like the other one.
I don't think so. I think with how powerful the PS5 is going to be, I think they'll be able to pull it off.
Is it gonna be multiplayer?
Probably not. If they're keeping to the same game, it's going to be single player.
I thought Knights of the Old Republic was wasn't that an MMO?
No. So
Then
there
which one am I
was
thinking of?
Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2,
Uh,
and then there was the Old Republic. The Old
the Old
Republic
Republic's
is
the MMO.
oh, okay.
Knights of the Old Republic is so the Old Republic is an MMO that's kind of like your top-down ish World of Warcraft.
Star Wars
or,
reskin of RuneScape.
Yeah, right. So that's what that is. KOTOR is the Fallout type where the combat slows down a little bit when you get into it with some. I don't know, but so the big thing with KOTOR is being able to choose which side you're going to go for. And you can eventually become a Sith or a Jedi. Darth Revan is in there, and Revan is like the one that everyone's like, oh my god, he's so fucking. He's just he's a dope Sith because he's got a mask. He's a cool guy, but he is really fucking strong. He's one of the strongest Siths to ever exist. But I'm excited.
And he did go back and forth, right?
Yeah, because of amnesia and shit.
Yeah.
Different things, being tricked, and then amnesia, and then
yeah, it was just a little back and forth
Fucking
for his
nerd.
Life. Have you guys heard of Blood Hunt?
Blood Hunt. That's not that one game that we used to play, is it?
No, that's the one guy from Apex Legends.
Blood Hunt is supposed to be the battle royale based off of the world of Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh, actually, you know what?
And
yeah, I have heard about that.
It is very much like Fortnite.
Yeah, my one of my buddies played, I think, one of the original versions of that game before they're making this battle royale version, and he said, "Oh, this game was so good! I would love to watch you play it on stream." But he sent me the battle royale version. Like, I don't do battle royales. He's like, "No, it's not a battle royale." I was like, "Oh, the one you sent me is."
Okay, I like the aesthetic of this, but people aren't. It has mixed reviews on Steam.
Yeah.
So what is Vampire the Masquerade then?
It's supposed to be a sequel to the first one from like years ago. Um, like a single player open world experience, I believe,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
playing as a vampire.
That's interesting. Can I get an open world game as Blade?
Please?
The Daywalker.
Please? I feel like that's just overdue at this point.
I'd have fun with that.
Something with Blade is overdue.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines came out in 2004.
I just rewatched the second Blade movie, and what a fucking cast it had, dude. So, aside from the main character, Wesley Snipes, and Chris Christopherson, the fucking Norman Reedus was in it.
Yep.
And he played a bitch pretty much.
Yep.
Like, he's normally, like, you see him now, he's always playing like that badass type of character, but in this movie, he was a bitch.
Yep.
And then there's fucking Donnie Yen was in it. That was a huge surprise. This Scottish dude, I always forget his name, but if you guys have seen Underworld Evolution, he was that hybrid vampire.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
He was also in Doctor Who in an episode, so I'm pretty sure you would remember him when you see him, Brad.
Tony
Who
Curran the
else?
Priest? No.
In
Was
Blade
he-
2? Yeah, he was Priest.
Priest? Okay, yeah, that's I think he played Van Gogh episode.
Yeah. And then Ron Perlman. Ron
Perlman.
Perlman was in there being a
Reinhardt.
bad guy. Yeah. Super cool.
Okay, then you
And
have
then
sorry, go ahead.
and then you have I don't even know, I never knew this guy's name, but he was in the Fast and the Furious as like the douchebag guy that had an issue with O'Connor.
Yeah.
Ejecto seat cuz guy.
No, that was the second one. The first one was the guy that wanted to date Mia, but she went with
Mhm,
O'Connor
mhm.
instead.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's the
yep.
guy that was in it.
Then you got
Ooh.
Blade 3, which was just a train wreck of a movie, and I loved it.
Oh man,
Did
did you hear about how he acted with the
he's a
with
dick.
the other actor? Yeah, he was a piece
I was
of
just
shit the
thinking that
entire
too. Like
time.
I heard he was terrible to work with.
Yeah,
but not just.
like he would legit write
Mm.
fucking post-it notes to the director
Yep.
because
So-
he didn't want to fucking talk to people. But go ahead.
The cast for 3, Wesley Snipes, obviously, Jessica Biel, Ryan Reynolds.
He
He
was
played-
literally the only good part of that movie.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure got people's attention to eventually playing Deadpool in the Wolverine movie.
Yeah. Triple H,
Yeah.
who recently, actually, quick sidetrack, he had it was like a stroke or a heart attack recently.
Something. Yeah.
But he's in the hospital. Patton Oswalt, that's the little guy, not little
Yeah.
guy, right? But he's shorter.
Right.
Kind of it for
About Z
huge-
site.
Yeah, roughly.
Probably.
I don't know. I just also Ron Perlman, but I don't. I just laugh at the fact that Jessica Biel and Ryan Reynolds were in this movie.
Yeah.
That's where they met.
Eh?
What?
What?
It's where they met.
Where they met?
I don't know where you're going with that, Billy.
I know.
He might be
Okay.
thinking of Blake Lively.
No, that's who he's married to now.
Right.
Look at Billy trying to continue with the topic for
relevant.
once. All right, Billy, what's your topic of the podcast?
Water. It's good for you.
One of my favorite subreddits is Hydro Homies.
Oh god.
It's
course
just
it is.
it's just a bunch of things of like drink fucking water. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Classic Reddit. There's a subreddit. I forgot what it was called, but it's pretty much just stapling a piece of bread to a tree.
I think it's literally
And people-
bread
Staple
stapled to
bread to a
trees.
tree.
Yeah, that's all they do. They do that. They take a picture and post it on that fucking subreddit.
I like. Is today Friday the 13th?
It's just spelled a no.
Yeah, it's is today Friday the 13th? No. And maybe tomorrow, guys. We almost. And then when it finally is Friday the 13th, people freak the fuck out, and then they're like, "Oh, I hope it's tomorrow too."
Well, like the best part is almost every single post on there has like dozens of rewards.
All the time.
Like, is today Friday the 13th? No, but here's like 10 gold stars.
Is today Friday the 13th? No. This one has 4 awards. This one has 2. This one has like 7. Like they all just give awards for no fucking reason.
Right.
Let's look at these comments. Darn. Period. Are you sure? Could you check again? This guy, day 358 of counting days. Day 358.
Do you remember that? So before we started this podcast, a few years ago, we tried it out with Charlie.
Yeah.
Do you remember that question that you asked?
I asked a couple. There was
just like one big question that you asked where it had to do with like, would you rather? It was one of those things like a horse.
Yeah, would you rather? You're stuck on an abandoned island, right, Billy?
Mm-hmm.
You're stuck on an abandoned island, and you have a mermaid with you. Would you rather the mermaid be top half or bottom half fish?
Oh yeah, I think we posed this question before because the traditional mermaid is bottom half fish. Yeah. But I think you win more with the top half fish, and hear me out, right?
It's a hunter. It gets under the water. It gets food for you.
Right. You get that. You also have the benefits of
fuck it.
The bottom half, yeah,
Right.
but then also the top half, right? Like
it doesn't have to talk.
It doesn't have to talk. You don't have to hear it bitching, but it could also make probably a perfect pocket pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Top half fish, bottom half girls, like part whatever.
I guess that could work.
Whatever.
You don't have to worry about kissing it.
Exactly. You don't have to. You don't have to have small talk.
I mean,
you don't have to
how was your day today? We're on a
it could
fucking
kiss you
island.
by force. It could kiss you by force. If it's a giant fish, that's like your size. It could kiss you by force.
Kiss me, blah, 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 blah. Learns coherent speech. Oh god.
The other one I had from the old podcast was something along the lines of,
Oh my god.
if you were like, let's say flat playground or flat like ground for miles, right? Nothing in sight. You are being swarmed by hundreds of thousands, or an endless amount of like second graders. How many can you get through before they take you out?
Depends. What armaments do I have access to?
None. It is you.
Just my fist, and they're second graders. You said,
and miles and miles and miles and miles of just flat land.
I'm gonna take my dog downstairs, but I think I might make it through maybe before I get tired. 20 second graders.
See, now, you think that you right now, after like quarantine body, could get through 20 of them?
Yeah, because I'll do the spinning helicopter with my fist.
See,
I'll kick my legs around.
I pose the idea of grab them by the wrists and fling them around into the others, right?
I was thinking grab them by the legs and do that.
Yeah, whatever, whichever, I feel like the legs have a little more weight to them, so if you grab them by the wrist, they're hitting them with the harder part.
Well, here's the deal. Like, if you're starting off with the legs and you're swinging them around, after a few hits, they're going to be knocked out, so they won't be fighting back while you're still swinging them.
Fair. The head is the best. So then my question after that would be, how many fifth graders do you think you could get through? Well, we'll talk about this until Billy gets back in range.
I
You
would
know-
say if you can swing them around like the second graders, probably not as many, but probably around that.
Well, it
same
also
spot.
depends because like there's a few fifth graders we grew up with that were pretty much like the size of a high schooler.
Right.
So just imagine having like every now and then, like, you know how in Lord of the Rings they have the orcs and then they have the trolls coming in out of nowhere or
Yep.
like whatever. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with the orcs for so long until a troll comes out.
See, but then Z, you and I stopped growing in fifth grade. These guys are going to be taller than us.
Yeah, we made it to 5'8" in fifth grade.
I had a growth spurt, once like sixth grade and then once like a junior year, and then I stopped. Like junior year, I grew like 2 more inches, but like sixth grade, I grew like 6 or 7 inches, and then I stopped at 5'2".
5'2", while Billy just kept growing into like 6'7".
God.
That tall piece of
Not even six.
beer belly.
I'm 5'10".
He's lying.
5'11".
Don't listen to
He's
him.
being
He doesn't know
generous.
his own height. Yeah. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't live in that body like we do.
Billy, come back. Your audio sucks.
You suck.
That's my secret, Cap.
My audio always sucks. I'm excited to watch Shang-Chi.
That movie was good.
I will be seeing it hopefully in about 2 days. Malignant is out. I want to watch that.
Just finished watching that. That movie was also good.
Was it
I went into
scary?
that movie. So you know what? Let me not answer that right now before I say this, where I went into that movie probably seeing the trailer like last month or however long ago, because I went into the movie pretty much not knowing anything about it.
Okay.
And it was pretty good. It was a good story and stuff, but with the whole scary part, I was just having a conversation with my brother about this on Friday, where he's just like, there's just no scary movies. I'm like, it's kind of hard to say that when we're adults, because when we were kids, everything was a scary movie.
Right.
So it's almost like a I guess childish term for a horror movie, because no matter what they do with these movies at this point, they're just not going to be scary for us. It might be fucked up in some parts where we're just like, fuck, that scene was like something else. But it's not like scary where we're just like, we can't go to bed or anything like that because we're up all night thinking about it.
You say that, and then I've had a couple of movies where I'm like checking some dark corners before I go to bed. You know, making sure I close my closet. As a 27-year-old man.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just speaking for myself now.
Yeah, Z, I'm a bitch. Okay, that's why I like horror movies, because they scare me. No, I agree for the most part. There's not a lot of scary movies that like actually freak me out. Like that's why I like jump scares, because they actually get me sometimes.
Right.
It's rare nowadays to get a horror movie that leaves just that feeling in you when you go to bed.
Yeah.
The one that kind of got me like that was Haunting of Hill House.
Okay.
The first few episodes of that just give you such a feeling of like fright and dread, and it just kind of stays with you. And it's fun. I like that feeling.
The last time that happened to me was when we went as a group to watch Insidious.
Yeah.
And that it was that bride that just like was just walking around the house and shit. That one left a lasting effect for like a little while. I was just like, fuck, That was pretty terrifying.
Bride?
Yeah, that's what they called her. Pretty much the antagonist that ended up taking over the dad's body at the end.
Oh, the Black Veil
Yeah,
chick.
that was
Okay.
actually a guy.
It was a dude.
Yeah,
Fuck.
in the second Insidious, they explained it.
I
How it was a boy growing up where the mom dressed him up as a girl because she wanted a girl, so she abused him for so long, and then he became a murderer as a Black Veil Bride, I guess.
I forgot that that whole plot point.
Yeah, that was actually really good. How the first one and the second one connected. Because after that, it was just all over the place. But those first two Insidious movies were really good.
I just remember enjoying the first one a lot, and then watching the second one, and then amplifying my feelings towards.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much what it did. Yeah.
What? I think you and I watched these. What horror movie was it where the first one was dog shit, and then we watched the second one? Oh, Ouija.
Ouija board. Also,
The first
Annabelle.
one-
There
in
was
my
an open
opinion.
house.
Right. So Ouija, the first one is terrible until you watch the second one, and then the second one puts it like retcons in a good way the shit
Yeah.
that happened in the first one. You're like, well, now it all makes sense, and now it's good.
Right. Not gonna watch the first one still, but it makes sense and it's good.
Right. We're gonna become a horror movie podcast, by the way, with how much we
At
talk
some
about
point,
it.
yeah.
I mean,
I
let's
don't-
be
I
honest.
don't
We
doubt
bounce around for all
I mean,
different stuff.
Let's
It's
be
gonna get
honest.
to the point
No
where we're
one's
gonna be-
listening to this.
That
What do you
too,
mean? We
but
have our
it's-
3 faithful fans.
We have two
Ourselves?
views. We have 2 views on our last video. I'll have you
Pretty
know.
sure I'm both of them.
I'm one of them.
Billy, you're
Yeah, I was
clearly
one of
not.
I was one of them, but I also fell asleep. So
Yeah, it's gonna get to the point where we're gonna be putting makeup on each other and then telling these horror stories.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like those female YouTubers.
I like horror
we do it in
story
a.
podcasts.
Can we do it
Yeah.
in a hot tub?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, 100%.
They're
My favorite one is the last podcast on the left.
Okay.
When I was over the road driving, like, dude, their podcasts are like so in depth with like what happened. And aside from every now and then doing creepy pastas and stuff, the majority of it is like real events.
Okay, but at the same time, don't you guys just love creepypastas? I love creepypastas. Like they're my favorite thing to read.
the occasional one.
The what was that Russian sleep
The
experiment?
Russian sleep experiment
That
always
one's
comes to mind.
arguably- Yeah, that one's arguably like top 2.
Hmm
I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
You never heard of the Russian sleep experiment?
I've heard of it.
I
I
don't
don't know if I
remember
know
the-
the story.
I don't remember
This-
the story enough to re-explain it, so that's all you. Billy.
Basically, it's that the Russians wanted to perform an experiment during World War II for keeping their soldiers alive. So they wanted to see how long the soldiers could be alive before they started to feel effects that would be problematic. So they have 3 soldiers that volunteered in this kind of like concrete bunker, and as they're doing their whatever, scientists are also like slowly leaking in gas to keep them awake, so that they don't fall asleep and ruin the experiment. And I think it gets to the point. I think it's like day 5, 6, or something like that, where they start like noticing effects, and then it gets to the point where like they're taking the books, they're ripping the pages out, they're smearing shit on it and putting it on all the walls and the windows, so everything's covered up. And then by the time they finally get into the bunker, they're like deformed, malnourished. They're all kinds of jacked up. Like one of them's dead, and they were just eating them. And one of the things says, like I need the gas. I need the gas to live. And as soon as they take him out of the bunker, like he dies or something like that.
Oh yeah,
They-
Yeah, it's
creepy pastas, man.
It's nuts, and it's probably one of my favorites that I've read. One of my other favorites that I've read is like the secret ingredient to the Krabby Patty formula is Patrick.
Yeah. They or it's what's it called? Plankton.
No. Patrick. Have you heard the one where
Oh,
it's
that's a
Patrick?
creepypasta? Oh no.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, they like because you know how starfish regenerate.
Yeah.
They cut like a
Pieces of
limb, or
him.
Mr. Krabs cut a limb off of Patrick,
He
and he
grew it
just keeps
back.
harvesting him for Krabby Patty meat. But
There
then once,
was like a lost episode of Ed, Edd and Eddy one that I liked.
oh
Where
yeah,
like it basically is talking about how if you caught it when it was live, like shit would start happening. Like there's one
hmm
night where they broadcasted it, and you can't find any clips of it on YouTube or
yep,
anything. But if you found it, like something happened.
yep.
So apparently, they adapted that into a movie called the Soviet Sleep Experiment.
Oh yeah. You know what? Actually, I think I heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's out yet, but I think I remember seeing something for it.
2020.
Did
Yeah.
you guys? I don't know if you
19,
remember this, Brad,
2019.
but it was going around a lot in high school. I don't know if you heard about it, Billy, but it was a SpongeBob episode of like Squidward suicide.
Oh yeah, and supposedly like people who watched it commit suicide.
That too, but they also had pictures of supposed real dead bodies
Mm-hmm.
throughout the episode.
Yep. There is another one too for not just Squidward suicide, but there's one for I think the old Steamboat Willie,
Hmm.
where he's like going through, or he's like walking on land, or he's on his boat. And it just gets creepy, like the music gets downtrodden and slows down and all creepy, and like it just like looks like it's melting, his face starts melting off.
Right.
You guys
Fucking
know
love
what?
creepy pastas.
You guys know the subreddit No Sleep?
Yes. Do they have some really good stories in that?
So the whole thing is, Billy, it's basically all essentially creepypastas, right? People making creepy
Mhm.
stories. But the entire subreddit is like a I don't know how to explain it. You in the comments have to comment and react as if what they say is real. So
All right.
it's like everyone's playing like this game where like they say something creepy, and then it just keeps going in the comments like what happened after
Mhm.
that and this and that, and like you cannot allude to the fact that any of it is um but,
Imaginary,
yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah, it's all fiction, but yeah, it's the stories are actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
There were there have been times where I just like read it. I'm like, fuck, dude, this shit actually happens. And I'm like, wait, no, this is no sleep.
No sleep, yeah.
You know the those old, what was it? What was it called? It had the symbol was a black owl with blue eyes. They gave you like little stories to read. There's a little app you could download.
No.
Fuck, can't remember it. I used to read off of that for the longest time for just like different creepy pastas.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to like look into SCP shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Secret
SCP is
Secret Protect.
huge. It's
Yeah.
all like fan made.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But like
I just like watching Markiplier, so like I've always been kind of interested in those.
and they
Yeah,
have
he
so
did.
many different ones. They have like something for
lot.
almost every single
Yeah.
type of occasion.
Uh-huh.
No, there's a shit ton of them. And a lot of them
Subreddit-
like work together too.
Yeah.
Subreddit has almost like 600,000 followers.
Yeah, SCP is probably like one of the best things ever to come out from like Reddit and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. The only
The
SCP I know
subreddit
about is the
itself
one
is
with,
more the subreddit is more just for like the people that already know about these stories. Whereas you probably have to like Google around for like the actual different characters or stories.
I say, isn't the subreddit where they like come up with all the stories?
I don't know.
No.
But there's
it was.
probably
'Cause I
there's
know it's-
probably an SCP website would be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
There
Because I
has to
know
be.
like it's literally just a bunch of people that just write them.
Because going
There's-
through the subreddit right now is just a bunch of stuff related to whatever SCP they're talking
Fan
about.
art and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't look at the pictures of oh god, what was his name? 365 or something like that.
They're
367.
like
3-6
the
Mafia.
they're like
The
3-6
Shy Guy.
Mafia. They're like
No, the Shy Guy.
they're like the Weeping Angels.
Well, no, the Shy Guy is if you like look at a picture or him, he like gets induced with a rage that he just wants like he'll find you and kill you no matter
Oh.
what. But if you look at like a reflection, it's fine.
I think that was in one of the SCP games that Markiplier played.
Yep.
Because he's like,
thing
oh,
like
what's
SCP
this? And then
Foundation.
he sees it, and then
Yep.
he's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yep.
The only SCP I actually know of is the one where if you blink, it moves. It's like if you're not.
Yeah,
looking,
if
it
you
moves.
look away, yeah.
They made that into a.
Z, you just cut out.
They made that into a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
We were actually introduced to it by our old friend Madden.
Yeah.
He ended up showing it to us at one point.
Talk about SCP Containment Breach.
Yeah.
So that it's not just that.
It's got all of them, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's got a bunch of SCPs.
That's
just the common
I played
one.
that. Yeah.
There's actually a free SCP game.
Isn't it Containment Breach? Or are you talking about Secret Laboratory?
Secret Laboratory,
Yeah.
yes.
Laboratory. Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a free multiplayer game from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Wanna try it sometime?
Yeah, we can.
Maybe.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say with something else about the SCPs. Oh, Weeping Angels, what I brought up, that's a Doctor Who thing. So Weeping Angels, they
Dead by Daylight. Oh.
Yes, no. So they kill their prey. They kill their prey by sending them somewhere in time. So it's a slow death, but away from everyone they've ever met. And the whole thing with the Weeping Angels is the episode that they were introduced was called "Don't Blink."
Mm-hmm.
If you're not looking at them, they come after you.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing is like it shows like the character blinking and the angel getting closer. But another thing about the Weeping Angels is if you look at a picture of them, they can basically come to life like Ring style.
Oh.
And spoiler alert for Doctor Who fans. That is so Amy Pond is one of the Doctor's like companions. She's in like a bunch of fucking episodes with him. And within she's with him for like 2 or 3 series. And she finds her husband and they have a child together and all this shit. And one day, or after like this big battle, they're about to go back into the TARDIS, and a Weeping Angel gets the husband. So the whole thing with Doctor Who and the time travel, they cannot time travel to the point that they were shot to, no matter what it is. So Amy, again, this has been a companion for so fucking long, like people are attached to her. She basically let the angel touch her so she could so that there was enough of a chance that she could be with her husband again. And like the doctor's like trying to convince her out of it, and she's like, what are the chances of me being able to see him again? And he's like, very little. And what happens is they do it, and then they're in a graveyard, and it cuts to them together on the gravestone. But the doctor's never allowed to see him ever again, because the time travel laws or whatever does not allow him to go to that point in time ever. And it's cool and sad.
Yeah.
But that's a cool fucking like thing. And the first episode, it's a David Tennant episode, Z. The first episode,
I saw the episode, I just don't remember it at all.
It's so good. Just the whole like they make these things out to be so fucking menacing because you can't blink.
Yeah.
You can't turn away from them. Like it's dope. But yeah. It's my little Doctor Who rant.
Eh.
There was
I
something that what map was it on? On the Dead by Daylight map, I saw someone
Oh,
was showing off like the thing, but the statues, like while you're working on a gen, if you look at them, they're looking away or doing whatever.
yeah.
But as soon as you look away to work on the gen, you look back up, they're all staring at you.
they follow you. So if you if you're looking at them, they're going to be looking at you no matter what. So if you walk all the way around them and you turn back around, they're still looking at you.
Hmm.
Classic.
There's a couple of hidden rooms in Dead by Daylight, which is cool. Like there's one in Hawkins.
Hidden room.
Oh shit! Now I'm dying. Go ahead and talk, Z. Sorry.
He's talking about the hidden rooms, and now he's gonna die.
Yeah, well, I was asking about the hidden room. Like, I'd never heard of that. But
Me neither.
I wouldn't be surprised. Brad's over there just staring at us, trying to breathe. Breathe, woman, breathe.
And imagine what it's like to forget how to breathe.
Do you remember playing Killing Floor?
Yes. Yes, I do.
There was whenever we were in the circus with all those clown zombies or whatever, that was the most terrifying thing ever.
Your favorite
just-
episode was the H.P. Lovecraft one, wasn't it, with Cthulhu? You
What?
remember that episode?
On what?
The H.P. Lovecraft one?
The map.
No, on what?
Yeah, the
The
map.
map.
The map.
Map episode. Same
There's a
thing.
map. There's a map with Cthulhu. Where you're
Yeah,
by
where you're
the
like on a mansion, on a riverside mansion, and it's like in the basement / secret lab.
Oh, where it's raining
There's-
hard outside? Yeah.
And then there's like, if you go inside, there's the treasure chest with H.P. Lovecraft's name, and then like tentacles
Oh,
come
yeah.
upon it
That
when
one
you
was
get
really
close
cool.
to it.
yeah.
Then you go back outside, and there's a fucking giant Cthulhu in the background with
Yeah.
red eyes.
Sorry.
Speaking of Cthulhu.
You're done dying.
Yeah. I like breathed in, and I think like a kernel or some shit that was stuck in my tooth just shot down my throat.
You guys ever see the movie Underwater? The one with Kristen Stewart, chick from Twilight?
Nope.
I don't even think
Super
I've ever heard of
underrated.
it.
I'm gonna admit I
2009
didn't.
film or 2020?
Probably 2020.
Jesus Christ, it's a
That was the
1955 too.
recent one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch it at first because she was in it. So I'm just like, oh, it's probably gonna be bad. And I watched it and it was actually really good.
You're watching it, and she's just like, "There's something under the water."
The best part is she didn't have hair. She shaved her head in that movie. So, like,
Yeah.
she's trying to
Yep.
like twirl her hair while talking still.
There's something under the water.
It was actually really cool because spoiler alert for anyone, there was the big monster at the end was technically a Cthulhu himself.
Hmm.
Oh,
And the creators confirmed that that was what they were going for, was a Cthulhu monster at the end. So that was really cool.
Pretty neat.
That
Yeah,
dude was
apparently there's a
gigantic.
game for it too.
yeah. And, I think it's on sale right now.
The one I'm looking at isn't, but it's like $10.
There's Call of Cthulhu, right?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Call of Duty Cthulhu. Yeah, Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu.
So sorry, the Dead by Daylight. There are at least 2 hidden rooms. I think there's more, but so one of them is Hawkins. You can only access the hidden room by using Nurse, and she teleports through a wall into this just like 4x4 hidden room with like a dead body and like a TV or some shit in there. And then there's another room on Midwich where you know the courtyard, Z, with the hedges where you loop the killer.
Yeah.
There's like this clock tower type thing.
Oh yeah. It literally is opening up a door in that one.
Yeah, you have to do gens in a certain order, and once you do, it opens up like this. It opens the clock tower to. It looks straight out of the fucking movies
Yeah.
from Silent Hill, and then it's I think there's a chest in there or some shit.
Yeah,
But
there
there's
was
like
there was a chest in that one.
it's cool as fuck.
Isn't there also what was it us that was talking about it, or was it I might have seen it in a video where they're talking about, is it the Demogorgon? One of the killers, like it's the Silent Hill thing, because they were talking about how the killers like all make sense except for the Silent Hill killer, because or Triangle Head, because what was Triangle Head but a figment of the Silent Hill main character's
No.
like guilt.
Husbands.
Yeah, like the guilt, right?
Yeah.
So when he accepted his guilt, that's when Triangle Head, dissolves. So the theory was that Triangle Head is in Dead by Daylight to deny whatever the beast is that you're feeding with all the other killers, because he's like one of the only ones that can just like insta gib someone while also tearing up the map with his ability.
That kind of makes sense. So the whole thing with
It's
Pyramid
really
Head,
cool.
the whole thing with Pyramid Head is, and the Silent Hill games or movies, whatever. I don't remember which one that's based off of. Probably both. The husband, if I remember correctly, kills his wife, and that is he's going through Silent Hill, and like living through. I don't know if it's in his imagination or if it's what. I'm actually gonna play the games at some point. They're on PS Now, which is great. But Pyramid Head is what you said, where he's like the embodiment of his guilt, and it's just chasing him everywhere, right? In Dead by Daylight, so the lore behind Dead by Daylight is it's basically purgatory. There are killers who who want to kill, right? The ones who are just bloodthirsty and evil are like Ghostface, Myers. I think Doctor was pretty evil.
I almost said Freddy.
I remember watching a top killer or whatever, top 5 or whatever for Dead by Daylight, and the Doctor was arguably number 1, like the worst killer of all of them.
Like evil
just
wise,
because he went out of his way to do all this stuff before he was turned into that.
Yeah. So the entity captures these killers and brings them to his purgatory. And like so the trapper that actually doesn't want to do what he's doing, but he's being tortured to do it. And that's what happens to a lot of these guys. Like I think Plague is actually supposed to be like
she's supposed to be a good person. And like she was just accidentally killing people.
Yeah. Blight was I think he was like some like biochemistry doctor or some shit. I don't think he like was.
They were basing his character off of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, but he wasn't necessarily bad. And again, entity forces him to kill people. But then you have Myers, who's just a monster. But then you have Pyramid Head, who so when you hook people, right? At the end of the game, you get entity pleased, merciless killer, all these things. If you, as Pyramid Head, kills all of them by your hand, like so you use the Cage of Atonement twice or whatever, and then on the third one you get like a Mori. If you do that to all 4 survivors, you get entity displeased. Same with Morying. So if Myers is so the whole thing is when you hook them and on the third stage when they die, the entity is grabbing them, right?
Right.
You're not giving the entity that when you're killing them by your own hand.
That makes sense.
So that shit with Pyramid Head actually makes fucking sense. Cool as hell.
Yeah, that's a cool theory about Pyramid Head.
Good for fucking you, Billy. And then you have Pinhead.
This is Billy that doesn't actually play the game.
And then you have Pinhead now, who is just like a masochist and likes to be tortured and is torturing other people.
Yeah, like the entity is almost pretty much the Leviathan, which is for anyone that doesn't know about Hellraiser, that's once you finish the puzzle on the lament box, um the Leviathan ends up torturing you to the point where you cannot tell the difference between pain and pleasure. So that's when they end up becoming Cenobites and they just pretty much go around the universe or universes, I guess, and just doing the Leviathan's bidding.
Still haven't watched the
Which
Hellraiser
is
movies.
which is
Good.
also why they have a really cool quote where it's we are seen as demons to some and angels to others.
Yeah,
Just because, they can't tell the difference.
pretty cool. Yeah, I need to watch the Hellraiser movies. At least 2 of them.
Yeah, you only need to watch the first 2.
I want to watch. I need to find a video, but I want to watch a video on all of the lore from Dead by Daylight because there's a lot, and they
There
just
is
keep
so
adding
much,
more.
dude. Yeah, there is so much. And it's good lore too, like when you get into it, like it's really good writing.
I am stupid and I can't read, so I would like to find a YouTube video of just someone explaining all of it.
Oh,
I
there's a
am Jared. I'm
guy.
19 and never learned to fucking read.
There is a guy, my guy, that I watch.
There's a guy, my guy, that I'm gonna guy for you, guy.
Yeah.
So
I know this guy who knows this guy who knows this guy who knows
For,
this
Who is
guy's
a cousin?
there's
Pixel Bush Entertainment.
there's this guy who does Dark Souls lore videos, and man, is it satisfying listening to this guy's voice. He has such a soothing voice, and he explains everything about Dark Souls. And the whole thing about Dark Souls is they don't fucking tell you the story to your face. So
Right.
after you beat Dark Souls, you're like, what the fuck just happened? So then you go and watch a video, and this guy does it perfectly, and his voice is so soothing. Alright, well, I'm gonna go watch a couple hours of these videos.
Right.
Kinda cool though.
Yeah, he's the one that I started watching recently in like the last few weeks. You definitely get into, if you want to get into something from his, get into the doctor videos. Like
Yeah.
that, like when you listen to the type of fucking lore that they gave the doctor, it's just like, what the fuck? He almost seems like he was kind of like Dead by Daylight's own Cenobite.
Yeah. Cool. I don't actually know how much time we have because it froze again, but we're at least an hour 16 over.
Nice.
So
This was good. I had fun. Blurry Bilky.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why my fucking camera. It's only on
It's your-
Discord.
I don't know that. I don't know how
Like
the
then-
only streamer here has all the tech issues.
And then
It's only on Discord. If I
Brad
streamed
just
through
joking.
OBS, I'd be fine.
Have you figured out your fucking audio yet, Z?
No, I haven't looked at it.
So I have not looked at it.
I need to get a new webcam.
I'll definitely look at it on Wednesday.
Are you coming through on Wednesday, Dad?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, it's back up. We're at an hour 18 now.
No
nice.
voice.
Conveniently, my camera also cleared up.
There you go. I am going to end it here just because I don't want it to freeze again, and I don't know what happens. I try to end it. So,
For sure.
bye guys.
Yep.
Deuces.
Bye. Thanks.